Hey, what's up YouTube? It's me, Sarah, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why you're not ugly. I've been coming across different content talking about things that we find unattractive or society finds unattractive, and I just really wanted to touch base on social media in general and these unrealistic expectations that are placed upon us, when in reality we really should be normalizing normal bodies and not focusing on these unachievable standards of perfect bodies, perfect skin, perfect hair, perfect nails all the time. And I think I was really inspired, especially after watching the Barbie movie, and how so many females can really relate to what the message of that movie was about, and it was really inspiring. So I feel like it just resonated with a lot of different types of people, and I wanted to make a video that talked about these unrealistic expectations and focusing more on normal bodies and normal people. I wanted to shed light on why I feel like they're beautiful and why you shouldn't be ashamed if you do look this way or have these certain characteristics. So the first thing is hip dips. And if y'all don't know what it is, I'll go ahead and show a reference photo over here because I also have hip dips. And it really is just the anatomy of your body, like depending on how wide your hips are and your muscles and where your fat gets deposited. So it's really something that's so natural and just a part of our body and our anatomy. If you do have hip dips, I relate, and I never saw them as ugly. I personally really like hip dips because from what I was told is that they are a sign of like strong glutes, or just, you know, it's cute. It's something that makes you unique. It makes you stand out, and I personally really like my hip dips, but it's so sad when you see people trying to get rid of it when in reality it's just how your body was made. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is skin related. I see things about filters on videos and textured skin. Seeing your pores is so ugly and it sucks. I wish my skin had like a natural blurring effect and all this stuff. But when you look at the people that post these videos, their skin literally looks so normal, and there's nothing wrong with a little bit of texture, okay? A little bump, a little bit of wrinkles, fine lines, seeing your pores, perfectly normal. And I feel like more people have to realize that you don't walk around your everyday life with a filter on your face. Like, a majority of people have some type of texture to their skin if you really look at it, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to improve the appearance of your skin, like maybe taking better care of it if you don't already do so, and just doing preventative steps that can help prevent further damage from the sun, things like that. Perfectly fine. But what sucks is when people try to achieve this perfect filtered face and they feel like because they don't have 100% smooth, clear skin that their skin is ugly. And that's what makes me sad, is that I do see kids too who break out or have a random pimple and it makes them feel like their skin is ugly, but in reality they have beautiful skin. And just because you have a few textural issues or pimples, that doesn't make your skin ugly. Next are fupas. So fupas, or your little pouch, the little belly fats on your lower stomach. I know some people try so hard to get rid of it in the gym, or they just feel so ashamed that their stomach isn't completely flat. And I remember being at that point too years ago, where I was like, I just really want a super flat tummy like how I was in high school. I didn't have to worry about a pouch whenever I sit down and it spills over my pants and things like that. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that it's actually okay to not have a perfectly flat stomach, and it is so extremely difficult to even attain a super flat washboard kind of stomach as a woman, especially because we retain fat more easily than guys. And I personally find it cute when there is a little pouch. I'm proud of my little fupa, and I hope that more people also kind of accept their bodies for how they are. And it's different, okay? It's not saying that, like, whatever makes you happy and feel confident in your body, but just in general, like, if you can't help having one, who cares? Like, nobody is expecting you to have like super flat stomachs. The next thing I wanted to talk about are broad or wide shoulders. The term that I see floating around TikTok is like linebacker shoulders, and I understand it because for the longest time I used to feel so self-conscious about how broad my shoulders were compared to other girls girls, I felt like I would just be walking and I could shoulder somebody who's walking the opposite way of me. And it made me feel so self-conscious because there were certain shirts that I couldn't wear because my shoulders would pop out of those shirts. And it made me so self-conscious because I had other friends who had the nice narrow shoulders, and it made me feel like I was just so much bigger than them or so much more broad than them. But as time went on and I started really accepting just how my body was made, I realized that I actually do really love my broad shoulders because I feel like they're strong, you know. I feel like I can achieve an hourglass shape a lot easier because I have wider shoulders, and you know, it gives you that illusion whenever you work out, like your top and your bottom are like even, and then I just feel like I have so much more of an appreciation for how my body was made compared to back then when I really just didn't like my shoulders at all. And the last thing I wanted to talk about were laugh lines. So I know the concept of aging is very scary to some, especially younger teenagers or kids. They want to prevent aging as much as possible, which is fine, but it comes to a point where you do have to understand you're gonna get the laugh lines, you're gonna get the smile lines, the creases. That's just a sign that you've lived life and you've lived a happy life. So those kind of wrinkles, those fine lines, I am not afraid of anymore, because if someone can look at my face 10, 20, 30 years from now and see those lines, it's kind of like proof that I was very happy, and it shows that I wasn't afraid of showing emotions and being happy and just living life. I know some of y'all are younger and some of y'all just don't want to have any kind of issues with your skin, but some things you can't prevent, and sometimes you just gotta accept it, that we're all gonna get to that point where we're gonna see some sign of aging. But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. These are just a few things that I wanted to talk about and show, like, it's okay that you have these certain traits, that you look a certain way, because that's what makes you unique, and it doesn't make you ugly. You are not ugly if you have any of these things, because I have all of these things. Like, I literally have textured skin, I have hip dips, I have broad shoulders, I have a fupa. I'm still very much happy with myself. So yeah, I don't know, the Barbie movie really made me feel a lot better about things, and I hope that this video helped y'all kind of see yourself in a different way. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and if you haven't already, please make sure to check the description box down below. I will go ahead and link related videos of mine. Please stay tuned. I post every single Monday.